us today on page Shin Tzadi Bet. And here we're just going to look at some of the Shefa Hakavanot on this page. We didn't do number Samach Vav, so I'll just do it because to finish it out. So let's take a look at it. Let me see, get down a little bit more. Okay, one moment. Okay, it says number Samach Vav. He's quoting Mori Zal Ma'od His Hirani Bezeh. So he really warned me about this, or urged me about it. Bir Bezeh is like this. This is according to the Shaar Gilgula Mitzvah Kedam Lamatas. He said the Hine Isa. He says in Kedam Lamad Zayin, Shemarchu Choyer Shorsh Nishmas V'Kayin. So he was a worker. He was a working man, a guy that worked hard. Volkain his Gari Sachal the Marchu Biyoser. Sha'alav Lomer Tikkun L'Tzos. That on his he had the responsibility to take Tikkun L'Tzos because he would be able to affect the greatest bracha, I guess. The Vishu Humishorish Kayan Shetzarik Yosa the Hakbid Al Zechagamor. Number Samach Zayin now. Samach Zayin, where is that located? Okay, it's in the same area. So he said Ma'od His Hirani Bezeh. So he goes back onto that phrase. But Bircha Yosef, he says Kasa B'Shem Zekendachum Avraham, his grandfather Avraham Rav Avraham Ozulai. The Kibbutz Chatzos Machnia Es Yetzer Hara. It has the ability to be able to humble the Yetzer Hara, to get under control. This is like he quotes the rabbis in the Gemara and Brachos. So a person is coming to kill you. Hashgame the Hargo. So here he says, talking really about getting up early and going after the Yetzer Hara. That's what happens when you say Tikkun Atzos V'Isa Od B'Sfar Mekadoshim, other places, and he lists some names there. The L'Kaman B'Chatzis Alayla L'Asok B'Torah Hu Segula L'Hargo L'Hare L'Harog Yetzer Hara V'Lachnio. So it's interesting, he doesn't say just to kill, he has to say the other part. So if you're dead, you don't need to be humbled, but we understand that the nature of the Yetzer Hara is he has to be humbled, to beat it up. B'Kaf Chaim, he says, Issa the Hakam B'Chatzos Alav L'Ilmod Osach Zechu B'Birya Chadosh. If it makes a person into somebody new, it renews the person, or makes him new. It says it makes him new. So it makes it a possibility as a shemira. So it makes it him that he's not afraid of all the different kinds of things that can happen and right around the corner. Also that Ye'un Sham Od V'Ayin Od B'Sefer Kumi Veroni. So this is the Rabbi Yeshaya Osher Zelig. Got that right? Hagon Rabbi Yeshaya Osher Zelig Margolis. And he says, I looked this up, Ben Yaakov Tzvi Zelig. Yaakov Tzvi. Okay, anyway. Yu'un Sham the Hagriz. So that's a Griz Margolis. Zitzal. Shalikid Sefer HaKodesh b'chashiv ma'ala kimas hasos. How important it is to get up at Sos. Number Samachas. Samachas says Yakum v'yasa b'Torah. So a person should get up and learn Torah. Kosav v'ber heitiv. The Ber David writes on the Vizal the Shon of Kosav arizach b'gashir the shir mishnayos kodin the call. He said you should have a shir and mishnayos before anything else. That's the most important thing to do at this time. Shiras Mishnayos is based on the letter Vav, so that I guess, I don't know exactly what the taich is on that, how you put that together, but he says that. So he said that should come before anything else. That's the main thing to belut, that is B'Limud Achrat Sos, this lima that we're talking about now. So let me get this back down here. Wow. I'm going to start over again. So he said, V'yakom v'yasa v'ter v'kasa v'ber heitiv. He says, like this, other shona because of rizach b'shir mishnayos kodem the call. Saying mishnah is the more important thing. Belieben Achertzos, V'al Yedei Zecha V'Zecha the Neshama. So what does that mean? Through this, a person merits to have a Neshama. To do Zecha Neshama, Ki Mishnah is also the letters Neshama. So what he's bringing more and more contact between what is coming out of his mouth. Which is interesting. You talked about Hevel before, so this is the concept of talking at this point. Neshama Ki Mishnah and the words Neshama are the same letters. So if you're able to learn Kabbalah, this is the best time to possibly learn these things. So he said the V'kaf Chaim, he says Hevech b'shem Hayavetz. The Tov v'Shah achas be'esek HaTorah b'layla, mekama shalos b'yom, from many different times that you would be learning during the daytime. So I think that actually I skipped a little bit. So let's go back up to the top where we're talking about v'acher she'asa b'bechiyah zu, and this would be in the TIV Hakavanot, and we'll be reading here v'acher she'asa b'bechiyah zu. Miyad yakom v'ya'asak b'Torah. Immediately a person should get up and start dealing with the Torah ad or haboker, into the time of the morning, until morning light breaks, let's say. And you should have in mind that this is for the purpose of Rachel, of building up Rachel. Gemoshen Ivar, as we're going to explain, he says, or has been explained, so it's interesting. He said, get up from the ground, because I guess when you're saying Tikkun Tzos, when I try Tikkun Tzos, I don't do this. I just don't. So he says, until morning light comes. And you should have that idea. Moving on, it says up at the top of the page, it says, or let me read number Kuf Aleph. He said, David HaMelech, all of Shalom, Shehoya Osek B'Torah B'Shiras Zishpachos Kol Chad Sasalaylo. L'seis Ezer V'Siyua El Ashkina. This is what David is trying to do. So he's telling us, that the Kavanah that we should have here is that the Seis Ezer V'Siyua El Ashkina Shehi Rachel and Iskaris, who is down here with us, or down here in this world. It's very interesting when you say that the connection to Rachel is taking place, like at the time of sleep, during that period of time. So that's the time when I guess she would be the most alone in the world that she has of Galus. Kain koya osa David HaMelech. This is what David HaMelech did. Shehoya osa b'shir of zishbachos uvelima the Torah mechatzes alayla ve'elach. B'kedei the says koyach the shchina shehi Rachel. So let me see if there's a little bit more here. Number Kuf Bet. So he says. So here we're going to get in a little deeper here. I wanted to kind of save this, but let's go. Va'al hasod azera rama bezor al pasuk v'lo omer aye eloka osai nosin zemiros balaylo. There's some arichas on this. It'd be interesting, but we have some things to go back on a little bit. So he says, "Balayla, v'chakuvana he should cover the says nachas ruach el rachel ha'umedet b'bria." What is the phrase again? He says the phrase is Omer aye eloka osai nosin zemiras balayla, who sings these or gives these songs at night. V'chakavana he should tekaven. So the idea is like this: you have this kavana that says nachas ruach el rachel ha'omedet b'bria, to give that nachas ruach to Rachel, who is out of Etzilus. Ki gemoshe b'chetzi halayla b'shona choysed leah holecha v'nesakenes ad nekudas chatzos. So she continued to grow until midnight. She's growing downwards. Chatzos Laila, v'oz is the Vegas in Baila, and then she's in a position to make a yichud with Yaakov. Ki b'chatzos achrona chashal Laila, because in the second half of the night, Rachel holecha v'nesakenes b'koach Ve'esek haTorah shel b'nei Adam hatachtonim. That's Rachel. So this is, it doesn't really say, I guess the movement of Rachel down is also bringing the movement of Leah. Well, I guess she was, at some point she was back to back, and then she comes around the front, and then she can make a yichud over there, and she gets stronger and stronger. Then when the morning light comes, the what we call the morning star comes, Rachel Musukenes, Rachel is now being completely rebuilt. So that there should be in a position she could go up to the Tfilas the Shachris, Ba'olam Asilos, V'tizdaveg im Bailo, and there would be the yichud of the yom between Yaakov and Rachel. So let's see, we had some other Shefa Hakavanot here. Let me see where I got to. I think this is number Ayin. Number Ayin. Shehoya Osek. Let me get it on the page here. There we go. Shehoya Osek b'Torah b'Shiva v'Dishbachos kol chatzos lailon. B'Gemara and Brachos, he says, Hikshus thiris aposkim be'inyan kimas David HaMelech. There's maybe I didn't read this before. It sounds very fresh. It says there's a machlokas over there. The pasuk echod omer chatzos laila akom. The pasuk sheni omer kedamte b'neshef shehu tehilas halayla. So he says the kedamte. So one says omer chatzos laila akom. Kedamte, that he got up earlier, b'neshef. I'm not sure what neshef means. So he says shehu tehilas halayla. V'tiretz Ravashi, so Ravashi says answers like this: Ba'ad chatzos laila hoyu David osik b'divrei Torah, and b'kan ve'ela b'shirva zishbachos. So the first part he learned, and then after that he started singing. So v'divrei Rav kan lo ozli kishitas Ravashi, but it doesn't go like that. V'chalo mashbach the devar of kan sheDavid hoyu osik b'chatzos ve'elach heim b'divrei Torah heim b'shirva zishbachos. So it says that that's what he was doing. But the varim miseimim im tirutzi shar hamarim in tirutzi shar amaroyim. So this idea goes better with the other amaroyim sham besugya. If you look over there, you sham. Okay, so now what happened here? Let's say ayin aleph. So he says an ayin aleph. Now let's see. I think we're going to stop here because there's a nice arichos here. This is ayin aleph. Where's ayin aleph? It says, okay, ad gan. All right, I'll make that there, that mark there. Let me turn this.